Hello, my name is Valentina and today I'm going to present my final project of the course. It's about the creation of a new culture. A proposal I be called Kairós. This works combines what we be learn to write a courses guide on gets on culture, ethnics, balance, global perspectives, and cultural dimensions. To imagine that a completely new society will adapt to illegal and social cultures in the modern world. Throughout this exercise, we not design a culture, but also reflect on what kind of will be positives in Europe or cultural, chemical, and social foundations for scratch and invite your discourse guidance. Okay. And introductions. Why create a new culture? Okay. In our market by environments, crisis, social inequalities, political polarizations, and cultural tensions, the question is no longer whether we'll need to change to, but how this project streams from the need to imagine it a more economical, equitable, and sustainable model, exercise model, and sustainable model of the coexistence. Okay, the Kairós culture emerged is as a response to choice. Its name comes from ancient Greek and means the opportune moment or the right time in the Kairos people life awareness of the present by responsibility through the future is not perfect utopia because but it is attempt to avoid cultures that combines ethnics with competitive traditions with evolutions um, innovations and community individual freedom. These cultures is to transcend current models are the often based on Corinthians consumers, excessive competitions, and disconnections between people and their environment. Okay, Korea balance and Bailey Bass, Kairos based on the human balance in this culture, gender equality is non-negotiable. Freedom of thought is practiced, and diversity is celebrated. Respectful life in all its forms is sacred, from human lives to ecosystems. One of the strongest pillars is the purifications of culture with the cultural promise promotes a culture collaborative lifestyle where success in not many and the others situations because this is very the domain but to assist and very technological advances is evaluated based on no to ability to promote people lives with farming the planet. Okay, in short, is the culture where techniques is not theory but daily practice. Fundamental values. Delving deeper into its technical foundation. Kairós is supervised by fundamental values. The first is social justice and the structural inequality is not tolerable, and there are active politicals to ensure equal access to roses and opportunities. Next is responsibility. In this attempt, both individually and college are presets and share responsibility of their environment and future generations. Socially, is a cultural norm. Helping others is not a gesture and ethnical explorations. The culture promotes mutual networks and the quality, locality, and internationality. Interview runs through a very spur from politics to business. Transparency is minority is in all public actions. And finally, sustainable every decisions, every political every innovation must be evaluated based on environment, economy, and social impact, and no is decided without considering its long term effects. Uh, Hosted cultural dimensions in the if the develops Kairós through hosted cultural dimensions. We find a culture with a low power distance where vertical irrits chips, whereas are facilitation, not authoritarian figures. And these terms of individualism, this is clear activist society. These decisions are made with the common and serves the group, especially about binds hits kid. This means like planning clear rules and rights. Anticipation are developed, but without falling into fears to challenge the global to side chaos, not to limit innovations. Reasons masculinity is the family culture, and hoarders if terms competitions empowering and quality of life are priorities over competitions and progress and aggressive performance. Kairós has a strong long-term orientations, and their culture is future focused, and especially in ecological and education matters. An items is of the individuals. It's a culture open of responsibility, enjoyment, pleasure and emotional expressions, and the celebration are encouraged by but with a balance. Destructive cultural elements. Kairós has unique elements from what is own language, kindness in design with a simple structure and no grammatical hinder to provide English. A national symbol, a green circle with their with three their woven lines the respective of the unit of human natural human natural and the novel. The cultural has no central capital but is in hotel and communities and other organizations horizontality in systems of direct democracy. Natural is not project and is considered a subject of rights. This meant diamond and the threatened as a ethical violation. The education system another distinctive element. Yeah, distinctive element from the young adult systems our education system think and play. Okay, elements as globalization are excess and culture is relationship with the globalization's war and the Kairós does not install felt its sex to integrate into the war without compromises its principles. This raises a major questions. Isn't to possibly could complete global without about ethnics? Kairos answer yes. This culture promises an economic model based on the five dragon international competition and responsible innovations and interacts investment than thanks to its stability, transparency, social committees, and the conclusions, Kairós is not just creative proposal. It's a no evaluation to imagine what we call but we places and because sustainability and the corporations and center for our social lives. These projects allow me to interact every I learned about the cultural ethics and globalizations and I made me value the present to a future where woman human values and truly universal. Thanks you for listening to my presentations. I hope Kairos inspires you as much inspirations by imagining. Imagine. Thank you. Bye.